on the offensive end, whether it's the score or create for others, I don't think that there's a better person for it.
Lakers are 10 for 10 from two-point range, 2 for 4 from 3. Jabari Smith, he hits another one.
You know, it feels like the Lakers have hit them with an incredible haymaker. At the start of the game, you looked up early now, too, because Houston playing very well offensively. As it is, at some point, these two teams are going to start getting some stops. But right now, they're both incredible rhythm.
Beautiful pass, shot blocked by Thompson.
To go to this two-man game with Brunson in town. They like to have Brunson
without question, one of the elite defensive players in the NBA. Lost the dribble momentarily. Handling some point guard duties this year. Fred VanVleet lead out. Shepherd back to Thompson.
Brunson has scored 26.
That's not his strength.
Put up 23.
Perimeter game.
The Knicks were
Just about
comfortably in
time
front.
before Thompson's going to become an all-star.
Only to see the Hawks
Kennard finds some room.
go on
Knocks
this
down another.
furious run.
That's a really
139
nice
left.
decision by Kennard. I thought he was going to pull that three, but it would have been
Brunson picked up by
contested by an
Alexander
athlete. So
Walker.
pump fakes, gets into the lane for a much higher percentage shot.
Johnson out near midcourt.
Back out, deflected on James.
So
And throws it
the
off
Knicks
Thompson.
ball on the
How
side.
about that hustle from the 41-year-old?
Quinn Snyder said
He has
it has
inspired
been
the
such a
crowd here
fun
in the
group to
first quarter of
coach.
game one.
Versatility, the buy-in. He's had very honest conversations
James,
about
top
playing
5
time.
all time
Fit.
in assists.
It's obviously
Drawing the attention, finding DeAndre
Brunson
Ayton.
bounces for Towns.
Now this is his 293rd playoff game, and it's the first time he's ever done that. Most assists in a single quarter in any playoff game he's ever played. The NBA record, by the way, in a playoff game for most in a quarter. John Stockton with 11.
And now the challenge begins with LeBron James out of the game. How do they initiate their offense? Great job right there by Marcus Smart. Perfect delivery to Jackson Hayes on the slip.
Smart had 10 assists in their final game. He is so pumped to be back on the playoff stage.
Wow, he threads the needle right here. That's an active defense, and he put it in the one place Jackson Hayes could get it. And I love that he put it with force into the ground, which means it kicks up higher so Jackson Hayes can catch it about waist high.
The Lakers have 13 assists and 1 turnover. And there's 2.5 remaining here in the first.
And that first turnover happened on the first play of the game. So they've had a clean game since then, and that was one of the things that JJ Redick prioritized. Not turn over the ball and rebound, which they're not doing currently.
Holiday spins, lost it, picked up by Kennard. Tate and Eason have both come in now for the Rockets. Jabari Smith goes right at Smart. A lot of contact there, and another good jumper from Jabari Smith. He's got 8 points, 8 of their 26, as we're under the 2-minute mark. Then the Rockets are shooting 59% from the field. Kennard jumper, got another. He's 5 of 6, 11 first quarter points in his first playoff game as a Laker.
And he's one of the highest percentage three-point shooters in league history, but his reads right now and where he's getting the spots in the mid-range, really just exceptional. His ability to find the open space.
Sengun can't get it, fight for the rebound. He's able to get that. Holiday off the bench. And a loose ball foul is going to go against LaRavia. Third team foul.
And you know, without LeBron in the game, they're going to use Luke Kennard's motion to generate some of this offense. He comes off the screen, and that's just a really good decision. He sees Sengun in a drop. He knows he can eat up most of that space and still get off a relatively uncontested pull-up jumper.
Richard, if you're the Rockets, the way the Lakers have come out, this incredible shooting, LeBron James phenomenal to begin, they're only down 6.
They're only down 6, but they also don't have Kevin Durant. So when you look at this, it's like, yes, they've weathered that first punch, but do they have the offensive firepower to maintain for 48 minutes without KD?
And we'll have a jump ball right there. The Rockets free throw line circle. So Durant sitting this one out. Obviously, Durant 170 playoff games. You look at some of the key guys, Sengun, Thompson, Smith, Shepherd. Last year, that first round against Golden State, that's the only time they played in the playoffs. Remember, just a few years ago, they won 22 games. And many of their young stars, high draft picks, had not played in the postseason until last year's first round. Right? Ime Udoka told us before the game they learned a lot from that. One of them was to get off to good starts. And they are off to a good start. They just happen to be playing a team that's off to a torrid start.
And I don't think people understand how difficult it is. J.J. Redick, we're in the meeting when he finds out that Kevin Durant isn't playing. You have to go and change your game plan. You have to go switch maybe some of your rotations, who you were going to have to guard. You're going to switch up some of the things that you're going to do. And even for Ime Udoka, they act like it's business as usual and next man up. But when that man that's down is Kevin Durant, there's not a lot of next man up in that situation.
Holiday launches. That one won't go. Boy, Tate gets way up, keeps it alive. Sengun comes out of the pack. And a held ball. Great hustle from Tate to keep that ball alive.
Yeah, their wings crash as well as any team in this league. I don't care if you're on the wing or you're in the corner. Shot goes up. They're usually sending at least 2 of their wings to the boards in addition to their big. And it's so difficult on a three-point miss because it kicks out so far. They have opportunities to get a second chance.
Tate, who's the longest tenured Rocket, he only played in 46 games this year. He started a lot when he first came into the NBA, but with the influx of talent for the Rockets, his role is reduced. But here he is playing in the first quarter of game 1. Thompson, Sengun, another beautiful pass. Sengun, count it, and the foul. That's a gorgeous look from Thompson.
And that's the thing. Amen Thompson, he does such a good job of getting in the paint. Even though you don't guard him as a shooter, his athleticism and his speed and quickness allow him to get inside the defense. And then Sengun throwing that off arm a little bit, able to get the and one.
And you know what's interesting about that? Thompson turned the corner so quickly. If Sengun didn't roll with as much force as he did, he would have been late, and it would have been too congested for him to get that shot off. That was an incredibly quick dive after he set the screen.
Thompson, during the regular season, averaged just over 5 assists per game. He has 4 assists here in the first quarter as we wind down the final minute. Holiday getting some early minutes. Tough defender, Smart. And Holiday with the bump. So free throws for Marcus Smart.
And this is that last possession by Houston. Watch when Sengun sets us. Watch how hard he dives so that he can get the angle on Jackson Hayes, who played that pretty well. If Sengun is not as quick to the spot, that's probably going to be even more heavily contested or possibly blocked by Jackson Hayes.
Second foul on Holiday. Smart knocks down the first. So thrilled, as we said. He did not play in the postseason last 2 years. Said the players are different. They let you play a lot more, and that works in my favor as a very physical defensive player. A lot of big playoff games with the Celtics. Played in the 2022 finals, 3 Eastern Conference finals in Boston. He has made a huge impact on the overall defense of this Lakers team. Easton the rebound. Now, despite shooting 83% from the field, the Laker lead is only 4. Sengun traveled, lifted that pivot foot. 5 turnovers for the Rockets.
LeBron James coming in for the final offensive possession. When you look at the Lakers, if you were able to get and maintain a lead with LeBron James out the game, he comes in for a final possession, you send him back to the bench. This was a win. Yes, you could look at the score, but overall, if they're able to rest LeBron and guard his possessions and not have what we always would call the non-Jokic minutes, the non-LeBron minutes are going to be so big for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah, Luke Kennard and Marcus Smart, both of those guys really took control of their possessions while LeBron was getting a blow.
Shot clock turned off, no fouls to give for the Rockets. Eason, an excellent defender on Smart. Smart behind the back, James. 3 seconds. Couple of fakes, falling away. Shot is up, won't go. Smith the rebound. And the first quarter comes to an end. LeBron James